On your computer, laptop, or on your phone, go to Google, type dvprogram.state.gov, double click on it. And then wait for the page to load. Alright, so this is what you're going to see when you type in dvprogram.state.gov. You're going to see U.S. Department of State and the Electronic Diversity Visa Program. You will see the welcome message, the entry requirement, the photo instructions, and all that. So I just want to show you guys the DV 2024, the instructions. Let's go through the instructions to make sure we know what is required of us. Let's click on it to see the requirement. Just wait for it to load. And then this is what you're going to see, travel.state.gov. So on the main page, you will see the diversity visa instructions. You scroll down. And then on here, it says DV 2024 program. The online registration period for the DV 2024 program begins on Wednesday, So the program begins on Wednesday, October 5th, 2022 at 12 noon Eastern Daylight Time and concludes on Tuesday, November 8th, 2022 at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. And submission of more than one entry for a person will disqualify all entries. Now let's move to the program instructions. So this is a PDF form of the DV 2024 instructions. So for DV 2024, native of following countries and areas are not eligible to apply because more than 50,000 native of these countries migrated to the United States in previous 5 years. So these countries listed are not part of the diversity visa because they have a lot of people that has been issued visas from that country. So they're giving chances to different countries that has low rate of immigration to the United States. If you're from one of the countries that are not part of the DV 2024 visa, you have two other ways you might be eligible to qualify. If your spouse is a native of a country with historic low rate of immigration to the United States, you can apply. Claim your spouse's country of birth, provided that you and your spouse are named on the selected entry and will be entering the United States at the same time if you are issued a visa. So the second paragraph, what that means is if you and your parent reside in a country that's not part of the DV 2024, but both your parents were not born or legally reside in that country at the time of your birth, then you can claim one of the country of birth of your parent if the country is part of the DV 2024. So the second requirement says each DV applicant must meet the education or work experience requirement of the DV program by having either at least a high school education or its equivalent. It defines high school education as a successful completion of a 12-year course of formal elementary and secondary education, or you should have 2 years of work experience within the past 5 years in an occupation that requires at least 2 years of training or experience to perform. So you can go ahead and click on the hyperlink to take you to the database to determine the qualified work experience. So on the next page, it tells you to submit the application online again through dvprogram.state.gov. Fill out all the information, all the questions. They will not take incomplete application, and it strongly encourage you to complete the entry for yourself without a visa consultant. If someone helps you, you should be present when your entry is prepared to give the correct answers, and make sure you keep your confirmation page number. This is the number that you're gonna need when you win to be able to move to the next step. Do not let this agent or person keep your confirmation number, because they will demand some money from you in order for you to get it when you win. So print out your confirmation page. Again, I'm stressing on that because I've seen it. Print out your confirmation page, save it, keep it somewhere safe so that you can use it to check the status of the lottery coming May 6, 2023. So we went through the instructions. So now we went back to the dvprogram.state.gov, and then the main page, you will click on begin entry. Wait for it to load, and it will take you to the authentication code. Type in that. All right, go ahead and type in that code. There you go, and click on submit. It will take you to the actual application. Part 1, you will be typing in your last name, your first name, your middle name, and then you're going to select the gender. Okay, there you go. So I type in the last name, the first name, there is no middle name, the gender, and now I'm going to type in the birthday. Be very careful with the birthday because the US format is month, day, and year. So I have the birthday fill in, December 30th, 1987. And the country where you were born, you have to select your birth country. No matter what passport you're holding, your birth country is what you need to select. So in this case, we will be scrolling down to select Ghana. So country of eligibility, you have the option to choose. So here it says country of eligibility for DV program. What that means, this is for the people that are from the country that are not part of the DV 2024, but they are claiming their spouse or parent country of birth in order to qualify. So if you fall within that range, this is where you're gonna answer the question no, and then select your spouse country or your. So I went back and changed it to yes, and then I'm gonna go ahead and upload a photo. So we will be clicking on the link to photo instructions. That way you can see example of photos that are required for the DV 2024. Once you click on the hyperlink, it's going to take you to the travel.state.gov. It's going to be our friend for a long time. So here are the photo examples. It has to have a white background, and then it needs to be colored. You cannot use black and white, and there should not be any shadows or extreme editing on these pictures. It needs to be in the natural state. These are the accepted visa photos, and it needs to be in 600 by 600 and 51 by 51. So look at this guy, his picture, white background, colored, and that is the acceptable photo for the application. If you look at this guy, it says the picture is underexposed, meaning the white background is a little bit darker, so you cannot use that picture because it's underexposed. They want it to be white and not like ashy. So with this picture, it's too white. It's not acceptable. This picture is acceptable because it's clear and it's in color. The next one is unacceptable because there's a shadow. So I went back to the application and I'm going to go ahead and upload a picture. So you click on that, choose photo, and then I have some photos download. So I'm going to go ahead and select one. So the picture needs to be 600 by 600. It needs to be 51 by 51, and it has to be in its natural. It has to be in a natural state, meaning you cannot overly edit pictures. If you're dark, it needs to show a dark skin tone and not like a white skin tone. So don't Snapchat any pictures. So after uploading a picture, your next will be your mailing address. So this could be a PO box or residential address. As long as you can receive mail at this address, you can put either or. So I have filled in the box. Make sure you put right information. Postal code for Ghana is 00233. Find out your country postal code so you can put that there. And the next one will be country where you live today. So here is the case. Country where you live today will be country that you want to go to your interview. So if you're Ghanaian but live in the if you're Ghanaian and you live in UK, select UK as country where you live today because that's where you're going to be going to your interview. Next, you're going to type in your phone number. So I'm going to go ahead and then create some random phone number. Again, country where you live today should be country where you want to go to your interview. That's where you will be going to your interview. So select the country that you live in. So even if you're Ghanaian and you live in Nigeria, select Nigeria as country where you live today. And email address is the next stage. I'm telling you, email address is very, very important. Make sure you put an email address that you yourself can access. Do not put anybody else's email address. Why? Because this is where they're gonna send your letter or notification when you win. So if you have an agent email address, they will be receiving the information, and some of them can be very mean. They will demand a huge sum of money before they will release that email or that letter to you. Please don't fall victim, and keep your own email address and also keep your confirmation number. Please, those are the most important thing on this application. The rest are just personal information that you can answer even in your dream, but don't have someone put your personal email address here. Next will be your highest level of education. And if you go back to the requirement, you have to have a high school degree or 2 years working experience in the last 5 years. And so in this case, high school degree is what you need to select, and you should have a high school certificate because you will be asked when you go to the interview. Do not lie. So put in what. So if you're a high school graduate, put high school degree. If you are still in university, choose some university courses. If you have a degree, university degree. If you have some graduate level courses, if you're doing your master's and you haven't completed yet, choose that one, some graduate level courses. For the purpose of this application, I'm going to choose high school degree. So I'm going to select high school degree. And then next will be, what is your current marital status? So if you're single, you will choose unmarried. If you're married and your spouse is not a U.S. citizen or a legal resident, you will choose the second one. If you're married and your spouse is a U.S. citizen or legal or permanent resident, you choose the third one. If you're divorced, you choose divorce. If you're widowed, you choose widowed. If you're legally separated, you choose legally separated. So legal separation is an arrangement when a couple remain married but live apart following a court order. So next will be the number of children. Please list the number of dependents, your children, to be specific, in that box number. Do not ignore any of your legal child. That could be your adopted child, your stepchildren, any child that is unmarried and under the age of 21, that your derivative should be listed on here. Again, list all your children on here. The reason why I'm telling you this is because if you leave any of your children out and you gain the visa, you go in there and then you want to file for this child to come back to the United States, you will be denied. I'm telling you, because you lie that you do not have any child. So please do that. For the purpose of this application, I'm going to type 0, but if you put the numbers and hit continue, it will bring another page for you to put your children's details. It's going to be the name of the child, first and last name, the birth date. All right, go ahead and hit continue, and it will take you to the next page. So on the next page, you will be seeing the preview of all the questions and answers that you did. So here I am scrolling to make sure I answered all the questions right and everything is right. So once you scroll through it, then you're gonna go ahead and hit submit. So this is where the confirmation page is going to look like. You're going to see submission confirmation, and it will tell you entry received, and it's going to say success in the green light. And these are what you will be seeing on the confirmation page is the entrant name, so your full name, the confirmation number, the year of birth, and then your digital signature. This is the most important page of this application. Please save this application. Save this page. Hit Control P. If you don't have a printer, save it on the computer. Email a copy to yourself, because you will need this confirmation page coming May 6, 2023 to go check the entrance status of this lottery. And please do not leave wherever you went to go apply for DV lottery without taking this page. Don't leave it to anyone. Take it with you. Safest will be emailing a copy to yourself or even multiple email address. That way you have it. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Comment below, like, share, And then I'm wishing everybody luck. We will all have the chance to visit the United States, the land of opportunity. So go ahead and put in your application. Hi, thanks for watching.